Alleles are different forms or versions of a trait which are controlled by the genes. So at the same time, alleles are different forms or versions of a gene. So as we've seen this before in our DNA chapter, genes are the instructions to make proteins, and essentially they're just sections of DNA. So if we take a look at the upper right hand corner here in this dotted line box, this section of DNA is a particular gene. Now, as we stated before, genes have different versions and they are called alleles. As we know, genes and what they do are solely based on the orders of the adenine, guanine, thymines, and cytosines within that section of DNA. For example, here we can have a gene to make brown eye color based on the order of bases in this picture. However, if someone has blue eye color, the order of those adenines, guanines, thymines, and cytosines would be different. So the alleles are different because the base pairs are in different orders for the different alleles. So let's take a look at some examples of what alleles are. Now, as I said, different versions of genes are called alleles, so kind of like alleles are like ice cream. As we all know, there's a certain way to make ice cream, but differences in the recipes call for different flavors. As we take a look here, each one of these flavors, like the fish food and the chunky monkey and the chocolate fudge brownie and cherry Garcia, those could be alleles for ice cream. They are all ice cream, however, they're different versions of that same kind of ice cream. And the same goes for human characteristics, except we don't count ice cream as characteristics. We have different characteristics. So, the gene to make eye color. Everyone has a gene to make some sort of eye color. However, people do have different eye colors. Some people have the blue eye allele, which is the gene that makes blue eyes. Other people have brown eye allele, which is the gene to produce brown eyes. However, hair color can have different alleles too. So we all have genes to make hair color. However, not everyone has the same. So for example, there's an allele or a gene to make blonde hair, like Taylor Swift has. Or there's a gene to make brown hair, like third baseman for the New York Mets, David Wright has. So again, alleles are just these different versions to make these particular traits. We all have the ability to make these traits, but we just have different colors and different versions of them.